Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the business section of the weekly news roundup. This is recorded live, 9 o'clock on Friday, Eastern Time Zone. This is the clip portion, so it'll be a little bit shorter. And today we want to start out by acknowledging my affiliate A2 Hosting. This is who I'm using to host all of my websites and my clients' websites. Great company. You get free SSLs with them, and you get anything from simple shared servers with a great discount, especially if you buy a year or two out in advance. You get excellent service on those. Their servers work really great, and their services and how everything works and is put together also works really well. Of course, I'm running a VPS, which is a little bit pricier. Well, I don't have the $5 a month one. I have the $30 a month one. But I have this running. I have clients that are on the shared hosting. Everything there is good as well. Like I said, you get free SSLs through cPanel or through Let's Encrypt. And everything else is, in my opinion, this is a great company to go with. So if you are looking for a web host, consider A2 Hosting, especially if you're on GoDaddy. Get off of that servers. Head on over to A2 Hosting. My affiliate link is tlm.li/A2H. And now on to the business portion of the news. So, with this one here, first, Facebook backtracks after removing Warren ads, calling for Facebook breakup. Whoa! So, if you remember, I think we did this last Saturday, we talked about Elizabeth Warren's plan wanting to break things up. Then she takes out a whole lot of ads on Facebook. Hypocrisy much. And then her ads got blocked. And then she's using this to go, oh my God, see how bad it is. They're silencing the message. Well, in reality, they weren't actually silencing the message. Her team did not do their due diligence, and the ads that she put in included the Facebook logo, which is a violation of the terms. So Facebook took her ads down because they included their logo in her ads, and that's kind of a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. So Elizabeth Warren, please read the terms of service so you understand what's going on. Join the rest of us and understand that, yes, if you don't read those terms, even you, a presidential candidate, can get screwed over by the big companies you're trying to break up. There's your press release for the day. This one I just thought was fun. I make my own ice creams. I always have tons of ice cream laying around of varieties of flavors and designs and tastes and styles. I love them, and this just hurts my heart to know that the Keurig model could possibly be coming to ice cream soon. Blech. But yes, LG might sell a pod-based ice cream making gadget in the future. You need to buy flavor and texture pods. So you have a variety of different texture pods. That's what these are. Sherbet, sorbet, gelato, ice cream, granita, frozen custard. Oh, that's a cleaning. Oh, I have to buy separate pods just to clean the thing? Well, that sounds like a great deal for them. And then there's a variety of flavors and stuff over here. You know, guys, learn how to make your own ice cream. It is infinitely better, and it is extraordinarily easy to do. I have another channel. I don't upload much on it at all, but it's called Home Cooking Hacks. I teach you how to make vanilla ice cream. To make flavors on top of that, just add stuff. Like, I add between 1 and 3 tablespoons of chocolate. If you want like a beautiful light chocolate, almost has like a malty taste, 1 tablespoon of cocoa. If you want something like a fudge ice cream, 3 tablespoons of cocoa. Just want a standard chocolate, 2 tablespoons on top of that vanilla recipe. Just cut back the vanilla slightly. Makes beautiful chocolate ice cream. I've got some Snickers ice cream right now, a chocolate-based peanuts and homemade caramel sauce. I mean, guys, make your own stuff. Make your own food. Make your own ice cream. Don't rely on crap like this. And this is hilarious to me. I have no clue how all of these environmentalists are not yelling at LG and Keurig and all these guys, because these are the most wasteful things I've ever seen. Every single serving comes with its own plastic clutter to fill our oceans and landfills with non-biodegradable plastic garbage. Make your own ice cream. It's a whole lot better. And I buy my cream. You need cream to make it. I buy my cream in a glass bottle that goes back to the creamery. I buy my milk from a glass bottle from the dairy. So, yeah, I thought this was an interesting article. What do you guys think? Would you use a single serve ice cream monstrosity like this? I wouldn't. Oh, man. Oh, that's right. This was a hilarious one. So this is, of course, from Spotify's news record, and this is the notice of Spotify suing Apple in the EU for their Apple tax, effectively, which, frankly, they have a very good point. But one of the most hilarious things about this that you can't see on my screen right now, but if you head on over to newsroom.spotify.com, you don't even have to land on this article. I have a little cookie notice at the bottom of the screen, and it says, "We and our partners use cookies to deliver our services and to show you ads based on your interests. By using our website, you agree to the use of cookies as described in the cookie policy." Now, they are complaining to the European Union about Apple's practices, but that notice on the bottom of their website violates EU's GDPR compliance. Unless they are detecting that this browser is not from Europe and they give you a different opt-in, opt-out system in the EU. So if you are in the European Union, head on over to newsroom.spotify.com and see if they're violating the EU's GDPR rules by forcing you to accept the policy. Okay, I understand, is not informed consent. Refer to the privacy section of the news we talked about earlier. Okay, and let me know for sure. In fact, if anyone is watching this from the EU, let me know. Do you have the same notice I have? And if so, I will highly encourage every one of you to report Spotify to the EU for violation of GDPR, because this banner does not satisfy GDPR. If you're in Europe and it looks like mine, they're in violation. I just think it'd be poetic justice if Spotify gets dragged before the EU like they're trying to drag Apple before the EU. Little technicalities, just fun. But anyway, let's go back to the real article here. What Spotify is doing is Apple has this huge antitrust thing where you really cannot sideload apps on an Apple device. And this is how they're going to lose the case. If they are brought before any judge on antitrust, they're going to lose the case. On an Android device, I have the ability to sideload an app. On an Apple device, without jailbreaking it, which they constantly fight against, I do not have the ability to sideload an app. And that means that every app that goes on an Apple device must go through the Apple gauntlet and pay Apple more money to put an app on a device that I own. And this is where they're going to lose it. But Spotify is complaining that Apple is engaged in antitrust in the EU because people do not have the option to grab the Spotify app from a third-party source and sideload it onto the device, thus bypassing Apple. Also, Apple is trying to get in on the currencies, on the subscription models, and trying to take a cut of all of the subscription models as well. And of course, Apple jumped back. I didn't pull up the article here, but Apple jumped back in telling Spotify that, hey, you wouldn't even made it anywhere if it wasn't for us, so you're welcome, and we're still going to continue to rob you blind. So this is going to be an interesting case to follow, but definitely, if you are in the EU, load up that newsroom.spotify.com and see if they are in violation of GDPR compliance, and if they are, report them! Because they're not exactly consumer-friendly people themselves. This is really a really black kettle, black pot calling the kettle black. I mean, this is like two criminals beating it up, man, in the streets. Oh, you're worse than me. No, you're worse than me. You're worse than me. Yeah, Apple, Spotify, I don't like either. Yeah, y'all duke it out somewhere else. I just think it's hilarious watching from the sideline. These guys are giving me a hoot. And, of course, Nero's robot delivery cars are coming to Houston, Texas. So if you see... Dude, that thing's got eyes. That thing's creepy. All right, anyway. So this is... SoftBank, of course, invested in this... in Nero. And I actually talked about that. SoftBank is a huge investment firm that does a lot of AI, autonomous type stuff. And... this is, I believe, with Kroger, working with Kroger to push fully automated delivery robots on the road. So, yeah, you guys at Instacart, and this is kind of a funny thing about the gig economy, is that you guys are pushing and launching the gig economy on. You're pushing the Lyft, you're pushing the Uber, you're pushing the Instacart. Do you realize that their final exit strategy is to kick you entirely out? They want to get a dedicated group of final customers, and their final job is to squeeze you out of the model entirely and then keep the prices the same or probably raise them for the privilege of the automated services. And this is that step in that right direction. So the idea is somebody places an order at Kroger, a grocery store employee loads the thing up, and the thing autonomously drives to your location, and then I guess you unload it, unless they're having, Boston Dynamics coming in and having a robotic dog or something bring it into your house, a robotic Cujo, So these self-driving cars are, they're going to take some of your delivery jobs away for sure. But I'm a little leery about any autonomous vehicle on the road. Now, these only deliver, based on the previous stories I've read on these and reported in the news, they only deliver within like a mile or two of the store, and they can't get above, I think, 25 miles an hour, I think they said. So, if you're following one of these, my apologies to you. Sorry I'm late for the meeting. I got stuck behind an autonomous robot that wouldn't let me pass. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Well, Microsoft pushes out the amazing web-based Skype that only works on Chrome and Edge. Now, of course, mind you that they are revamping Edge to work on the Chrome core base. I don't think that's done yet. Now, this actually uses WebRTC, which works perfectly fine in Firefox. They just exclude Firefox from working. So if you were to head on over to the Skype, let's see if I have it. I thought one of these actually had the link there. Maybe they don't. Anyway, but if you head on over to the Skype for web on anything other than Chrome or Firefox, I didn't test Chromium. But if you head on over on any of those browsers, it's not supported. So yeah, you can use Skype for the web now, as long as you're using Chrome or Edge. This is an interesting case, because this is an instance where Microsoft is really pushing the competitors out. They're pushing out Safari, they're pushing out Firefox, they're pushing out Opera, and a host of other web browsers, and this is not good, because of course, since they're rebuilding based on the Chromium core, same as Chrome is built on, the web will become a single thing. They are crushing the competition in this instance, and this is a very bad thing for us as final consumers, especially, I don't use Chrome. In fact, let me see if I can find... Let's see if I can find these and see if I can find the link to it again. Okay. All right. So if I load up Skype for web, now I'm here on WaterFox. Admittedly, this is an older version, so I wouldn't expect that to be there. We're going to do a little test here. I'm going to pull up a more recent version of Firefox and see how that works. You guys won't be able to see it, but I will confirm. It does not want to work. Let's see what Chromium does. Hey, Chromium does work. So if you are needing that, Chromium does indeed work. So that's good news. At least we have Chromium if you don't want to use specifically Chrome. So my guess is any Chromium-based browser will probably also work. But still, they're kicking out a major browser, and that's Firefox. And don't know why Firefox supports all of the things that the Chrome browser does. So it'd be interesting to see Firefox or Mozilla file a suit against Microsoft over this. That would be interesting, unless, of course, Microsoft is working on it, but we'll see what happens. This is definitely antitrust. So this is kind of scary stuff, guys. This really is that kind of scary, freaky stuff that is a little bit on the freaky side. So we have to be very cautious about that. So what do you think? Is this good of Microsoft, bad of Microsoft? Let me know in the comments down below. Before you go, take a look at the social media links to see if there's any of those that you might happen to use in case you want to get notifications that you're not getting anywhere else. And you can help support the channel with the links up above.